Hoosier Ag Today National FFA coverage brought to you by Keystone Cooperative.
Hi, I'm CJ Miller with Hoosier Ag Today on the road at the 98th National FFA Convention and Expo in Indianapolis. And I am with the Southmont FFA team. They won the state in the CDE for agricultural communications, and they are competing here during the National FFA Convention and Expo. And fingers crossed that they win that national title as well. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm going to go down the line. Give me your first and last name. Give me what grade you are in school, and tell me what your focus was with today's presentation.
My name's Kelsey Thompson. I'm a freshman at Purdue, and I was in charge of the social media plan.
My name's Kylie Reeves, and I'm a freshman at Ball State, and I was in charge of the magazine layout.
My name is Amara Shannon, and I am a junior at Southmont, and I was in charge of the feature story.
My name's Sophia Shannon. I am a senior at Southmont, and I was in charge of the broadcast video.
And let's start with you, Kelsey, because you competed as a team at states. You won the state championship, but now competing at the national level, I'm sure a lot of different nerves involved. But first of all, tell me about the presentation, the Agricultural Communications CDE, and what you and your team presented here today at the convention.
Absolutely. So you just heard us go through and say kind of what each one of our focuses were. But beyond those, we also take a quiz that goes through, and we kind of have to know different grammar, AP style, just a lot of different general communication things. And we also sit through a press conference that's different for every competition that we're a part of. Today was a really cool thing with National FFA and just some different opportunities that they offer. So after we sit through that press conference, we're able to ask questions, and then from there we go on to do our individual practicums. So the social media plan, the magazine, the broadcast story, and the feature story.
And what was the focus? I know that all four have to come together for a singular purpose and a singular topic. Kylie, what was that topic that the Southmont FFA team presented?
So today what we presented was a overall communication plan of how we're going to market and just put out to the general public, like advertising about new opportunities within FFA, which is what our press conference was about today.
And I'm sure nerves involved in this whole presentation.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot more nerve-wracking this time as opposed to at state, just because it's a lot bigger competition and you know that you're going up against all of the state winners. So that adds some added pressure. It's also an added pressure that Kelsey and I are now in college, so that's a difference from when we did the state competition. We were all together, but now we kind of had to work and practice remotely, so that was another challenge that we had to kind of overcome.
And Mara, I want to ask you, as far as the presentation, was there any difference in planning for what the team delivered here today and presented today versus the presentation that was delivered during the state convention back in June?
There was not much of a difference other than we did get all of our downloads prior to today, so anything we used throughout our different media types we were able to download last week, and that was about all the difference there was. Other than that, we've kind of just practiced writing different feature stories and newspaper articles and all that different type of stuff based on different press conferences that we found from prior years.
And Sophia Shannon, who, by the way, is one of our new interns with Hoosier Ag Today. And I know that you had mentioned being a part of that broadcast presentation for the team plan, if you will, the team presentation. What have you learned most as far as broadcasting when putting together the CDE for state and the presentation here for today as well?
Yeah, so when I'm putting together those broadcast plans, one of the things that I really try and focus on is how can I get the most information to those viewers in the most efficient way. So I use lots of different things, some photos and some videos in there, as well as music that goes with that topic and providing words on the screen to be able to help summarize what I'm saying vocally during those videos.
So as we chat here, it is Wednesday morning, and you delivered your presentation earlier. But let me ask you, Kelsey, when will Southmont FFA, when will your team find out how how you did.
We will find out tomorrow evening. I think at 6 o'clock is when our awards ceremony is. And if we're lucky enough to make it in the top 4, we'll have to wait until Friday morning at the morning session to figure out where we rank in that higher spot.
That's fantastic. Well, best of luck to each of you young ladies. Once again, congratulations on winning state, and congratulations on making it thus far to the National FFA Convention and your presentation. And we certainly have our fingers crossed for Southmont FFA to win big here at the National FFA Convention and Expo. And our coverage, I should say, of the 98th National FFA Convention and Expo is presented by Keystone Cooperative. I'm CJ Miller for Hoosier Ag Today.